So before this video gets started, if you're looking for one of those time-lapse videos of me working on the car, this isn't it. This is just some notes for anyone who's actually working on a 3000 GT or a Dodge Stealth. These little vacuum lines that I'm going to talk about over the next 20 minutes or so are notorious for getting hooked up wrong, so I spent some time making sure to document exactly where each one of these lines went to. Unless you're rebuilding one of these cars, you probably don't want to see this. It's going to be boring. For those of you that are going through this, good luck, and hopefully this helps. Okay, I'm going to refer to this diagram throughout the rest of pulling these hoses off. I'll repeat the picture a few times in the hopes that it helps us identify exactly what lines are going where. All right, we're going to start by getting 4 lines off in really quick, rapid succession here. They were fairly easy to pull off. The first line we're going to go ahead and pull off is going to go to the spot that I've labeled E on the diagram. This next line here is pretty obvious, but it's going to go to position A. This next line here goes to position F. Then this final line here goes to position C. This last line here on the top that I kind of struggle with to get off is going to go to position B. This next line here, this is going to go to position D on the diagram. This next line that I'm about to pull off, which goes to position G, is going to go down to what I'm going to call the turbocharge tube. I think that's what I've heard it referred to before. In a second, we're going to zoom out here a little bit so I can try and point it out a little bit better. This is the tube that I'm talking about. I believe it's the turbocharged tube. I'm not 100% sure. But in the back, I'll try and illuminate it here in a second. In the back area, there is a small nipple that connects up to what is position G on the diagrams that I've been showing. So you can just barely see it there. So that's where position G goes. The last line that I'm going to pull, which I did a very lousy job of filming, which would be position H, goes down to a small plastic T, and that T then connects up to a line that, quite frankly, wasn't part of this video. You'll see I'm actually moving one of the hoses around. It has a red end. I'll zoom in here. That hose with the red end on it, or at least a red discoloration on the end, That's going to go to the following connection. Right there. That's what it connects to. Alright, finally we're going to get the vacuum lines from the other side. There's a couple very obvious ones that I was pointing out mostly to myself, so I remember where the stuff goes. So the first line here, you can see where that goes. I apologize for the shaky video. It was not very well, not kept very well stable. All right, so the center line here goes to the center connector labeled E. The outside line goes to connector A. Moving to the other side, we've got the P line going to the outside line of the three hoses that are there, the three lines that are there. The outside line goes into the what I believe is the intake manifold. And then the final line is a little hard to see, but this middle line here goes down into what appears to be some type of little solenoid that's under the electrical connections. And that is all of them. Hope this helps someone. Hopefully it'll help me when I put this thing back together. If this video helped you out, please click like below and be sure to subscribe, as I'm sure I'll be doing more of these videos as I pull the rest of this engine apart, and more importantly, when I go ahead and put it back together. See ya.